Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the light bar projector headlights with the black housing and clear lens available for the 97 to 03 F-150. Very simply put, guys, you should be checking this out if you're looking to replace the factory, very outdated at this point, headlights from your 97 to 03 F-150 with a more modern technology that's going to blend in a little bit more with some of the newer technology you see on the new gen F-150s coming off the line. Now, a lot of those newer trucks come with what's known as a DRL, or daytime running light, and that's exactly what's incorporated here. So it takes the pretty old body style, upwards of 20 years now, and really gives it that refresh that it needs with the more modern tech. Now that DRL, or daytime running light here, is this C shape you see going around, and that guy is a bright white light that's going to operate with your parking lights and when your headlights are on as a daytime running light. Now that's going to be a brighter white LED, while the rest of the technology there uses an H3 low beam and an HB3 high beam bulb, or halogen bulbs, built into the housing. Now, your factory headlights use an incandescent bulb, which is really going to be something that's a little bit more yellowish. It's very outdated. A lot of trucks nowadays either come with halogens or LEDs, and this is going to meet that standard now with the halogen bulbs. So, bright white DRL giving you that accent light, along with the H3 and HB3 low and high beams, altogether going to be a brighter, more attractive look for the front end of your truck, just modernizing it a bit. Now, aside from that, the rest of your factory lights use a very chrome interior housing. Now, that chrome interior is also a reflector style headlight as opposed to the projector style we have here. So the reflector really relies on those chrome interior pieces to reflect the light back outward. This is going to project it so you get a little bit better of a spread and a larger focus there. So you're going to get better visibility at night, and overall it's going to be more attractive as well. The interior housing here, because it's no longer reflective, it actually has a matte black interior with a clear lens. The matte black interior gives you the impression of a smoked headlight by giving you the stealthy appearance, a little bit more aggressive, again, matching some of the more modern tech we're seeing nowadays. And the clear lens lets all of that light output through without smoking it out. Now, a lot of guys like the look of a smoked headlight, including myself. It can be very aggressive and a lot more aftermarket looking and pretty unique, but if you're looking to keep it a little bit more traditional with the clear lens, not worrying about any of that light output being impeded upon, this is going to be a great way to go. Now, the price tag for this comes in right around 450 bucks. Now, that install, I'm going to give 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, not because it's hard. These headlights on these vehicles are ridiculously easy to install, but the splicing just takes it a little bit further. So if you don't have particular experience with that, it might be a little bit more difficult for you, but I'm going to walk you through that entire process on one of our customer F-150s coming into the shop. Overall, the install, 2 out of 3 wrenches. It'll take you about an hour from start to finish, including all the splicing, as long as you have those quick splice connectors on hand. Now, I'm going to walk you through it, so what do you say we get started? Tools used in the install include a pair of pliers, Phillips head, and flathead screwdrivers. First step here is to pop your hood, of course, and we're going to have to remove our top radiator shroud. Now, these vehicles are pretty old, but you should have a couple of push pin clips in these open holes all the way around. Now, our truck is missing them. Like I said, it's pretty old. It's not uncommon for those to have gotten lost over the years. So remove those. You can use a panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver. We're just going to be able to pop this whole thing off since they're not there. I'm going to start here at our hood latch and just pull straight back. Alright, just like that, set it aside. Next up, we're going to remove our 2 factory pins holding on our driver's side headlight. The factory headlight is 2 pieces, so the headlight itself and the parking light are separate. The 2 pins are just holding on the headlight portion. This one we'll remove afterwards. Now, the 2 pins here are pretty easy to get off. You don't actually remove them completely, you just pull it up so that it loosens the headlight. Starting here on the outside, you're going to pull straight up and you'll hit a little bit of a wall. So you want to start up, pull out, and then back up. Do the same thing for the other one. Up, out, and up again. You should feel the headlight become loose, and you can push on it from the inside out. Just like that. When it comes to disengaging it, you want to loosen that guy up and disconnect. Now, you may be able to lift these pins up by hand, but we're just going to use this flathead screwdriver to lift up on the connector and pull out the bulb. Just want to be careful not to break them, just like that. All right, next step, let's get our parking light out. In order to do that, grab a Phillips head screwdriver to get this one screw out that's inside of the sidewall here. Now, this may be a Torx screw on some models. Ours is a Phillips head, which may be an aftermarket replacement, but grab a Phillips head or whatever the tool is that you need to, and we're gonna get this guy out. All right, you just wanna be careful that you don't drop it in the engine bay. Pull that guy out. Now this should be loose. All right, next up we can just pull out the factory reverse light, and again we're just going to pinch and disconnect that, That's on both sides. Pull them out, snap it off, set this aside. So we got our factory headlights off of our driver's side behind me, and it's on the table next to our light bar LED projector. Now I want to take you through some similarities and differences between these two kits here. And I gotta say at first glance, the biggest difference you're gonna notice right off the bat is the fact that your factory light is 2 pieces and your new light is 1 piece. Now this is gonna modernize it right off the bat with that alone, not even to mention the technology inside. 2-piece headlights we have not seen in a long time. As a matter of fact, this may be the last generation of this truck that had the 2-piece headlights, but this guy here is gonna be, of course, very outdated, very traditional. It's an old throwback that just needs an upgrade. Now these lights here are newer than what the original lights were on this F-150. Yours, if they are original, are probably gonna be a lot more yellowed, scratched up, and faded because after 2+ decades, that's just how that works. These lights just fade out over time. The new light here is gonna modernize that front end completely with the 1 piece. It's got a matte black interior housing as opposed to the chrome reflective interior, and this uses the projector style as opposed to the reflector style. Reflector style headlights rely on all of the reflectors inside of the housing to really have that light output shoot forward. This guy here projects that light straight out and does not rely on the reflector interior. Because of that, we get to be able to have the aggressive, stealthy black look. Doesn't need anything to be chrome to reflect the light because of that projector. Now the projector has the high and low beam separately, but it's all built into one housing. The light bar DRL LED is gonna be one of the showstoppers there. That's gonna be something that really grabs attention at the front end that we see on a lot of the newer gen F-150s. This is a pretty old truck behind me, but this is gonna make that front end look a whole lot newer. It's also got the built-in parking light and turn signals there. We are gonna reuse our factory bulb for that, so we're gonna twist and transfer it over. We have a little bit of splicing to do for that DRL, but we're gonna splice that in on car first. Let's transfer over our parking light. Next step, take your parking light housing, flip it over. We're gonna disconnect the factory bulb here and transfer it over. Turn it counterclockwise to unlock it. Wiggle it a little bit and pull it straight back and it should disconnect. Bring over your new housing. And you're basically gonna do the same thing, but in reverse. So you're gonna line this guy up so it drops in, twist it again to help lock it in place and it should be secure. You can give it a wiggle and it shouldn't move. From there, we can head back into the vehicle. We're gonna start off with our splicing. Next up, let's do some splicing. I have my headlight here face down and I have my parking light harness opened up here. Now, a couple of things to note. Your loom, your wire loom here may be covering more than ours, in which case you may need to pull that back and cut off some of the excess to really expose enough wire here to splice into. Now you could splice into your headlights. I recommend splicing into your parking lights so that the DRL operates with the parking lights and doesn't need full headlight access. With that said, I'm gonna grab the 2 wires here. They are green and black. Black is gonna be your ground, green is gonna be your power. If you look at your factory harness, we have a white with green stripe, we have a brown, and we have a black. Now, I've already light tested and determined that the black is gonna be our ground and our brown is our power. Now, if your colors on your wiring is different than ours, you'll need to grab a light tester and figure out which one is your power between the two. The black is always gonna be your ground. But if it's brown, if you have that brown wire and the green and white, the brown is gonna be your power. So that's where the green wire is gonna go, and your black is gonna go to the black. I'm gonna use these quick splice connectors. I find them to be significantly easier. You're gonna hook on the first wire, could be the brown, could be the black, whichever one you wanna start with. I'm gonna start here with our brown. You're gonna insert them just like that. Close it up a little bit, grab some pliers and clamp it down. Now when you clamp it, that metal bar at the top is gonna make it the connection between both wires. Just make sure it's fully tight. Once you have that closed, give the green wire a little tug to make sure it's secure, close it up. Do the same thing to the black. All right, this is a quick splice, so you don't have to worry about cutting and twisting wires. This is secure. I'd recommend testing your lights, and then once you confirm that they work, we're gonna plug everything back in. Make sure that seats all the way down. Same thing with the parking light. Bring this guy over and plug it in. And now we can mount our headlight. All right, this next step here is a little bit more difficult. There are these pins, there are 3 of them, 2 on this side, 1 in the corner. You have to move these guys into the exact right position to line up with the open holes on the vehicle. And you may need to even twist it to get it to be the appropriate length in order for it to seat. Now this guy here probably needs to be twisted out a little bit more just to make sure it matches up. So you can move that mount up and down the stud. You want to make sure they're pointed straight, and we're going to mount this guy. So again, this may be a little difficult with a little bit of trial and error, but we can get it done with a little bit of patience. Again, may need some trial and error. And you should be able to look through and see those guys come through. All right, next up, once you have the headlights seated, you want to make sure you can see the black pins coming all the way through. Then you want to push in, and we're going to seat these pins down. Just like that. You should be able to not pull that corner out. The same thing on this side. Make sure you're pushing in, seating that pin. You should be able to look down and still see those black connectors. From there, it should be secure. Repeat on the other side, and you're good to go. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the light bar projector headlights with the black housing and clear lens for the 97 through 03 F-150. You can get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.